right off the bat. I mean, not that we were going to skip any cutscenes anyway. So let's enjoy some cutscenes. For those of you who don't know already, this game takes place over the span of 6 days here in New York City. Basically, it's 1997. Here we start on Christmas Eve. Our heroine, Miss Aya Brea of the NYPD, who is a rookie, by the way, she's on a date. She's on her way to Carnegie Hall to see an opera. And some things are going to go down at this opera. Yes, enjoy Aya's dress. It's the only time she will be in one for the entirety of the game. One thing I do love is that somehow Aya, I guess she's so cautious. She likes to hold on to her gun. She's on a date and she still has her gun on her. So one of the things, so in this game, you can rename Aya to whatever you want. We don't really care what her name is because all dialogue is flashed on screen in one box. So that it doesn't matter what you call her at the end of the day. So we're going to try and quickly skip through. Apparently, I added 2 A's to the end of her name. So for this run, she's going to be Aya! All right, get through some dialogue. We're going to change to the club real quick. So for day 1, we are going to predominantly use the club. So to preserve on some ammo for the early part of the game. And look at that. We walk through a door. We're already back in more cutscene town. So now we've got ourselves a nice little 3-minute cutscene happening here. So a lot of relaxing type moments in this run because of the amount of cutscenes and how lengthy some of them can be, but there is a lot of button mashing at times too. But yeah, so I quickly that's not the right word, I do apologize. I quickly equipped the club there. So for most of day 1, we are going to use the club as the primary weapon to kind of preserve on ammo. Plus, honestly, a lot of the enemies... Oh, the runner's a bit loud. I can definitely bring my voice down. It might be myself, so I'll adjust my audio if I'm coming off too loud. Just let me know. Is it sounding... How are we sounding? Am I still too loud? I can try and talk a little softer if necessary. I can also raise the game volume if needed. I myself am a loud individual, and these headphones I'm wearing, that's good. Okay, perfect. And no problem. Yeah, I want a bit louder. The game a bit louder, or me a bit louder? So I should probably let y'all enjoy the cutscene anyway. I should probably stop talking. Me, okay. I'll raise my volume, but then I'll shut up and let y'all watch the cutscene. I know, just nitpick away. Is that better? I did raise it. Cool. All right, if this is good, just let me know, and I'll not touch it anymore. And this is where all hell breaks loose. This is fine. Man, the production values are really on fire. All right, time to get into the shenanigans. So one of the cool things about this game to optimize a lot of stuff is you can initiate character movement before the cutscene, before the screen loads. So a lot of times what you're going to see me doing is I'm going to try and preemptively hold certain directions in anticipation of which way I need to move. Because Aya will start, or Aya, I'll be honest, I never know if I should say Aya or Aya. Aya will move in the direction you're holding before it loads. So here we have Melissa as our first battle. So we're basically just going to beat her with a club. She has about 40 HP. You do about 7 damage per hit, 10 if you can get lucky with a crit. So we're just going to kind of circle her to dodge the laser, and then go for the club. All right, that's 14 damage. Basically, there, we'll club. Oh, she baited me. That's 10, so that's 24. All right, that's 31. I'm not very good at math. And 41. There we go. And so that's the first battle down. Just a couple whacks with the club. Yeah, to have the most optimal movement here, we are going to preemptively hold certain directions as screens transition. You don't trust her. Yeah, a remake would be pretty dope, but it'll be interesting because they don't have the rights to the name Parasite Eve. So they wouldn't be able to most likely call it Parasite Eve if they did remake it. Because that's why, for those of you who don't know, there are 3 Parasite Eve games. The third one is called The Third Birthday. It is a PSP-only title. And it's called that because they couldn't call it Parasite Eve. So they had to use a different name for it. Yeah, well, watch them call it The First Birthday. Alright. Gonna chase after the little girl here. Now, I don't know about the rest of y'all who played this game who played this game back in the day, but I played this game and I was like 11 years old, and this always creeped me out. Like, this cutscene always creeped me out as a kid. So with this first battle, when we do the run, we always hope to get what we call the one-shot crit. Ah, he moved out of my range. All right, so this rat is being very defensive. Oh, we did not get the crit where we one-shot it, so it's going to be a 2-hit. So for those who are not familiar with the combat system in this game is a mix of, you could say, like almost like an action RPG game, but with I would say it's a mix of action and RPG, but not like full action RPG like a Final Fantasy 15 or maybe a Final Fantasy 12 or something. The reason being is because you have to wait for an ATB system, and I totally held the wrong direction there. So this is where so this is the example of where you have to be mindful of the direction you're holding, where you'll accidentally leave a door. Yeah, like action strategic RPG would be a good way to put it. So you have an ATB, and you can't do anything until your ATB fills up. So you can run around because you need to dodge the enemies, of course. Because this game does have contact damage, believe it or not. So you do have to be mindful of how close you are to some of your enemies. Because some of your enemies, well, actually not some, all of your enemies, if you run into an enemy, it will hurt you. And just because this is a marathon and we want to be safe, we're going to preemptively heal. We are going to be doing plenty of safety saves and potentially slightly longer intended boss battles if things get a little dicey. Because, yeah, if you die and you haven't saved for a minute or it was right before a very lengthy cutscene, then you have to rewatch some very lengthy cutscenes. Here we find Melissa, and she has transformed into Eve, as she calls herself. So if Eve, we're gonna have to be careful because if we stay too close to Eve, she may hit us with a melee attack, which does a lot of damage. So what we actually want to do is stand at a distance and wait for her to laser and run close and club her. Usually about 11 per hit, but then we get away from her quickly. Because yeah, if we stay too close to her, then we run the risk of the melee attack. Oh, we got a nice crit there. I'm gonna get a little dicey and go for the melee. We got lucky. Oh, bad position on my... Hey, 2 crits. That's pretty nice. She's got about 100 HP. I can't do math, so I don't know what 16 times... Or 16 plus 16 is. I know we've got at least 2 11s, so that's 22. 22 plus 32. I think that's like 50-something. Honestly, I try to tell myself I'm going to count math while I do this run, but it gets so, like, iffy on my ability to count high numbers that I just can't pull it off. Crap, I shouldn't have done that. So sometimes you do got to be careful because enemies will... Oh, there we go. Got her. Perfect. Yeah, I was to say I may try and get chat's help here with some counting. All right, so then we took out Eve. But yeah, so as I was saying before, to get back to some of the topic of discussion here, basically, you have an ATB, and you can only do things when the ATB is full, of course. So we have to spend that time in between, obviously, dodging, because some of the enemies are going to get very, very aggressive, or they're going to have the area of effect attacks, or we're going to want to like keep moving so we can't really get hit by their attacks. Thank you for the good lucks. Like I say, we're going to heal just to keep ourselves in a safe territory. All right. Now, most encounters in this game, if you're if anyone's wondering about like encounters and stuff, most encounters are forced. There are going to be some examples in later levels where you run the risk of getting extra encounters, but for the first couple days, all the encounters are basically routed because the game doesn't have a complete RNG to battles. It's kind of like, hey, you walk through this room, there's an encounter, nothing you can do, there's no step count. Oh, great ATB. That is awesome. Nothing like starting with full ATB to take out one rat. Now the frogs, we got to be careful because after a couple jumps, they will do their tongue attack. So what we do is we kind of wait. Got to get pretty close to hit them. It's about 3 melee hits. This should kill it. All right. Yes, the soundtrack is phenomenal, so I hope you all enjoy it. Now we're going to finally get our first gun that we're going to use here because we're actually going to be switching to the gun shortly. So say bye-bye to the club. That was the last battle we do with the club because we'll be getting to our boss of day 1 here shortly. And the boss of day 1, we pretty much need the gun for. We're gonna run up here pretty much to the end. Open the chest. Okay, we got the +1, so that means we need to take a detour in here to get another offensive +1. So there are upgrades that we will be collecting throughout the run for our weapons to make them stronger. So now that we've got that, let's go ahead and use both of these. We're going to use them on the M19. There's so many numbers in these weapons, my brain still mixes up which ones I'm supposed to be using. Let's go ahead and quit the M19. Let's make sure we are healed up. And let's go. And speaking of forced encounters, coming up here, I'm going to try and perform the one battle skip we can do called the frog skip. So I need to kind of get real. Ah, no! I can't believe I messed up frog skip. No, not in a marathon. I almost never mess this up. Oh man, that's unfortunate. No worries, we're just gonna try to escape from the battle. Thank you for the good luck, thank you for the good luck. I'm just gonna pray that these frogs don't get too aggressive. Alright, so you gotta really hug that wall there to avoid that battle. Generally, I'm able to skip that. Looks like this time the game was like, nah, it's a marathon, we're gonna make you take the battle. Alright, that time we got it. Nothing like second try frog script, right? Alright. So we are going to do our first safety save here because I don't want some shenanigans with the gator boss coming up here to happen. And we'll just make sure we're in a good place. Now, on the off chance I have really bad luck with these boss battles and they really troll me hard and I'm just playing at my worst, I do have some practice saves that I can load if it is in emergency case, I will say that. Oh yeah, no, you know, Rod's right. That is actually a very hard skip to perform. Yeah, the chances of getting it are usually like 20%. You have like a 20% chance of pulling that off. Yeah, no, that's normal. That's actually pretty normal to fail that. But yeah, thanks to the wonderful community of Parasite Eve, they have done so much routing over the years for most optimized weapons and everything. Yeah, sub-pixel perfect. Totally sub-pixel perfect. So yeah, and honestly, shout-outs to Primus, who wrote the guide that you can find on speedrun.com. This is like honestly one of the most amazing guides that I learned the speedrun from that I've come across within like the 4 games that I speedrun currently. Like, it's just so detailed. It's insane. Very easy to pick up and learn. But very hard to get the good times. You want to get them, like, top 5 times in this game, that's going to take a lot of work. Alright, so we have the gator. We're going to wait a couple seconds here to try and bait his attack so we can dodge it. Look at that. Like a glove. Alright, so we're going to take his tail out first. And yep, we're gonna just keep kind of going back and forth. He's got 2 targets. Looks like we got a crit on one of them, and just missed it slightly. This should take out the tail and move us on the phase 2. Nope, I guess we need. Yep, phase 2. Okay. Yeah, we take the tail out first. Can't really take out the gator's face in that first one, so we focus on the tail. Phase 2, he's got 2 attacks. He's got a fireball and a melee attack. We're gonna kind of hope for the fireball because it's really easy to dodge. And honestly, he's pretty slow that we can usually get 2 sets of attacks. Oh man, look at all the crits. The crits are amazing. Alright, gonna kind of keep a distance. Ooh, I got real dicey. I think we can finish him off here. But that doesn't. Got. Alright, now that's the end of day 1. It did get a little hazy there. I was definitely going to heal if I did not kill him in that next hit. Alright, that's day 1. Now we've got ourselves about 2 minutes of cutscene. 2 minutes of dialogue skipping. Yeah, honestly, there's nothing better than getting critical hits, especially with the early battles, I will say. And honestly, the more critical hits you get, the faster these battles do go. So overall, pretty good gator. The fireball attack. Sorry, this scene kills me. I love when Daniel punches the dude out. Honestly, Daniel, her cop buddy, is like my favorite character in this run. You don't play as him. I just love whenever he's in the scenes, usually. But yep, we're gonna call it a day here, and then we're going to. And then here, the game decides the. So this is unskippable. Not that we would anyway, because this is lots of lore. But yeah, this is where you get a little more breakdown of kind of what to expect from there. Yeah, he definitely knocked that man's soul right out of his body. All right, day 2. No need to safety save there because there's literally no battle for a while. So here we are in the police station, the NYPD, where we well, it's now it's Christmas Day. Now we're going to try and suppress Eve's existence from the public, but because we don't have a lot of details and eyewitnesses, there's not a whole lot we can really do to prevent any sort of mass hysteria and such. All right, let's go ahead and head out of here. We're going to do an optional task here in a moment. We're going to pick up a armor that I personally would pick up for a marathon, just because it does make things a little bit safer here on day 2. Because this armor has a healing ability. So yeah, I'll definitely be picking up some additional items that we don't normally get when you go for the much lower times. But they're definitely better for marathon safety because yeah, this game can definitely get pretty brutal at times, and sometimes you just you have some bad RNG and deaths unexpectedly happen in places you don't really want them to. Here we meet a few cop buddies. This is the armory. Basically, Aya's getting her gun. Or will be given a gun, I should say. This is also where the game will teach you about the tune-up system. The tune-up system is something you'll see me use periodically here and there at different times in the run to basically upgrade weapons a specific way. So thanks to the wonderful community of Parasite Eve, there have been very specific routes made to how we use the tools and how we upgrade the weapons, essentially. So first thing I'm going to do, though, is I am going to get rid of my NV vest, since I no longer need it. And I'm going to get rid of the KV vest I got from the alligator because we decided to get the CM vest. And now we're going to store some junk. Because inventory is pretty limited. So, like many classic games of this era, there is a limitation to how much you can put into your inventory at times. So we do have to be mindful of that, especially because when you fight enemies, they will drop stuff. And yeah, we're going to need some of those drops because that's how we get ammo. Though ammo won't be affected because it goes into an ammo crate. But things like medicine, if your inventory is full, you won't pick up the medicine. There'll be guns that some boss battles will drop that we need or don't need. Because some enemies will also drop things like junk. Literally, junk does nothing for you. It's completely pointless. And so we don't really want it in there. So here we meet Daniel's son, Ben. Ben is pretty mad at his father. Rather be with his mom. Go ahead and head back to the chief's office. Yeah, I love the music in this game. This tune is just so catchy. Gonna go back and see the chief. Got ourselves a little press conference happening here. Unfortunately, Aya says some things that rile up the public instead of kind of keeping hush about everything like the chief wanted. The chief's pretty mad at her for it. If there's anything you take away from Parasite Eve, it's that is the word mitochondria. Use that how you see fit. You're loose cannon, yeah. All right, now me and Daniel are going to, of course, powerhouse of the cell. It also is what makes people spontaneously combust in the fire. But me and Daniel are going to make a trip over to the museum to speak to Dr. Hans Kling. Apparently, Dr. Clamp here has a lot more information about this mitochondria that Eve has spoken several times about. That's pretty true, Zarud. That's pretty true. It's basically the same as nanomachines in Metal Gear. It's just magic. So here we are at the National Museum of History to see Dr. Clamp. Yeah, they'd be flying in the car. They'd be flying. Yeah, I definitely would rather have ATB. Good ATB makes the battles go so much smoother. I will say day two, when we get to the part of day 2 where all the combat and action starts to happen, day 2 is arguably one of the more challenging days in the speed run compared to some of the others. It actually features honestly one of the most dangerous bosses in the speed run, next to a few in the later part of the run. So I would say the run itself is pretty, it's challenging, but it's a very doable run thanks to a lot of saves, of course. And most bosses, like even with the guide, you can get a grasp on like really fast. Like even if you were to take them slow, they're pretty easy to get a foothold on. But there are a few battles that are rough. When I was learning the speed run, the boss battle, one of the boss battles that'll be coming up in day 2 against the worms. I won't spoil too much about the battle yet. We'll talk about more of it when we get to it. That battle, in my practice sessions, that took me a lot to really get down the bases of that battle, because it has a very unique mechanic, which I'll go over during the battle. So here we see Aya has, for some reason that she's not quite sure of yet, she knows who this doctor is. She doesn't really know why. It's something with her memories as a child. And so Doc here just tells us a lot about mitochondria and all these other things about humans and the body and a lot of other things that I don't quite understand, admittedly. Kind of dumb. Above my level of knowledge. My brain just knows how to go fast. I just think I go fast. The monitor refresh rate. Yeah, it is pretty bad. Oop. Almost went too fast there on the button mashing. Ended up almost back in the museum. Yeah, sometimes you don't want to overmash. You overmash, you'll end up going through repeated areas. So, we're talking to the doctor, we're having a nice conversation, and the moment Aya mentions the name Eve, the doc decides he no longer really wants to talk to us. So he starts refusing to answer any questions. So we head back to the station at this point. Contemplate, slow down. So we get back to the NYPD and we find out that unfortunately Eve has made her way to Central Park. And that's also where Daniel's son Ben and his ex-wife have decided, or not decided, have gone for a show. And so Daniel's a bit worried about his son and Lorraine. Ben and Lorraine are there, so he's pretty freaked out. So we're gonna head over there and see what's going on. Yes, very unrealistic New York travel. If you've ever been to New York City, you know that there's probably very little way for that car to do that. All right, so now we're gonna have our first kind of decent-ish menu here in a second once I decide to stop moving. All right, so let's discard the mod permit. We're going to equip the M16. We're going to equip armor. We're going to tune up. We're going to go ahead and take the stats from this weapon and transfer them over to this weapon, losing the weapon in the process. And let's go ahead and organize our items. Yeah, 25 minutes total. So yeah, there we went ahead and equipped. I don't know why I keep saying equipped. We went ahead and equipped an armor. We did our first tune-up. So when you do a tune-up, what essentially happens is you actually lose the weapon. So when you do a tune-up, you're basically taking part of a weapon, moving it to another weapon. So in this case, we took the stats. We basically took the stats of the M1911A1 and we dumped them on the M16A1. This way we can kind of keep taking the stats from the beginning of the game and put them on new weapons that we need throughout the run. And we also went ahead, and to do tune-ups, you do need tools. Tools are important factoids. And here in Central Park, we're actually going to see some of the first examples of RNG chests. So in this game, there are a number of chests that we're going to come across that have a specific % chance of getting a certain thing. It can be anything as high as 80% one item versus 20% of another, or 50% of one and 50% of another. So that does depend on, that does make a few things that we're going to do here in the first, in this area, change depending on what happens. And I'll point that out when we come to that first chest. But let's go ahead and make our venture in the Central Park to find Eve and hopefully save Ben. I'm gonna kind of keep hugging the wall here until she breaks loose. Grab this chest on a drive-by. Get ourselves ammo. So that was either going to be ammo or medicine. So we got ammo instead of a medicine. Now another thing we'll do throughout the battles you'll see here is we are going to try and time it so that when I kill certain enemies, I do it near a specific part of the map. Because then it means that once the battle's over, I can make my way to the next story point. Nice. Excuse me. So we got 2 crits there on the big snake, which was basically a 1-turn kill because of it. If we didn't get any crits like that, it wouldn't have been a 1-turn kill. So yeah, I wanted to end the battle near the top there because then it would allow me to basically move on as soon as possible. Oh god, not the, yeah. So crows, thank you, Captain Spider. So crows are enemies that pretty much drop junk. That's like basically all they drop. It's so annoying that fills up your inventory really fast because we fight a lot of crows in this stage. They basically take 2 shots from the gun. We just kind of run around, stick close-ish, but not too close. And I'm going to try not overmash so I don't pick up the junk. Yeah, of course. Shooting snakes in Central Park. We all do it. One thing I meant to mention about the combat. So you want to keep an enemy inside your dome as much as possible, because if they are not inside the dome, your accuracy drastically drops, and you're somewhat guaranteed for it to miss. And so that's why you need to be kind of mindful of, like, when you do your attack, what the enemy's doing, because you could start attacking and the enemy could literally move out of the way. All right, and let's see what we get from this chest. Okay, we got the tool. Nice. So we got the tool. That means we're going to take a different path through the park here in a little bit, because we got the tool versus extra ammo. So that was an 80% chance of a tool and 20% chance of ammo. Here we're going to see our next new enemy, the boomeranging monkey. These enemies are kind of annoying to dodge. Admittedly, I have not quite learned what the sweet spot for dodging them is, because they do throw their weird elongated arm, go for the melee attack. This should kill. Cool, double crit. And we got double junk. It's been fine. For perspective, I'm well within my own time here, you could say. I was plus 8 seconds on alligator, but that was just some poor movement on my end. All right, more crows, some snakes. Basically a lot of this in day 2. Generally, I try to go for certain enemies. I try to kill them first because I know they're going to die in one turn. If I know the enemy is going to take more than a single turn to kill, then I generally try to go for the ones that die sooner. Also, really, the snake is over here. All right, so now what we're going to do is you're going to see the first instance of the distribution system. So as you level up, you earn bonus points. I could have just hit up. And bonus points are going to be used to affect some of our stats. So the first bonus point we use is actually going to go towards the attack stat here. But after that, every bonus point we use from this point forward is actually going to be for the ATB until we hit level 31 on the ATB. Once we hit level 31 on the ATB, then we will just put all the points for the rest of the run into the attack stat of the gun that we currently have. And you get 1 point for every 100 points. Probably should have used that time when I was in the menu to dump out those pieces of junk from the crows I got. Obviously, the more menu you do, the more time you lose, so you do try to, if you can, you try to make it so you do those menus with other menus, but admittedly, because of the amount of junk you can pile at sometimes, you kind of have to do it at random times. Here we've come across Eve, who is in front of an audience here. Actually, believe it or not, there is a bunch of people watching her who are under the impression that they're about to witness a play. Well, I wish I could say that's what's going to happen. Unfortunately, things don't quite go that way. That's a great reference. If End of Evangelion is a play. Yes, Eve basically turns everybody into an orange, slimy mess. Admittedly, for reasons that are eluding me right now, basically what happens to you is Eve either transforms you into some creature or turns you into a gooey orange mess. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, that was just Tang. Just Tang everybody. I think I mispositioned a little bit. I'm actually going to run into the body here. All right. Here we're going to see another optional step that we're going to take for marathon safety. There is actually a hidden revive in a chest back here. So revives are great because basically if you die, the game will bring you back to life as long as you have a revive. Now there's only 2 revives that one can acquire during the speed run. So the most you can do is die 2 times as a safety precaution. So I'm going to try and hoard those revives as much as possible because I can't actually control when they're used or not. So now that I have a revive, if I'm going to use it, I'd much prefer to use it against a boss battle. Now, because we got the tool in the chest earlier, we actually are taking a specific path through the woods here. If we had gotten the ammo in that chest earlier, I would have actually took a slightly different path here to get to a chest that would have had a tool to make up for the tool that I'm going to need shortly. All right, coming up here, we're going to have a battle against 4 crows. Crows are pretty easy. It's basically just 1 turn per crow. Yeah, we're gonna put them. We're gonna pick up the goop and we're gonna put them in a paint can shaker and just shake them back together. Now, because I do have that armor on, the CM vest, when my health drops to a specific value, as long as that value isn't more than my HP, then it will auto heal me, which definitely is helpful because it does mean I don't need to waste my ATB to heal. Why did I take all that junk? So right there, I noticed that I did not, basically I didn't collect all the junk. It means that my inventory's full, so now I need to de-junk it. And we're going to go ahead and heal. And while we're in here, let's go ahead and reload. So this game does have a reload mechanic. So you do need to be careful because you could be in the middle of combat and your character decides to reload, which makes you motionless, and you stand there reloading, which leaves you open to attacks, which can be annoying, especially if you're in the middle of a boss battle. Coming up here, we'll see an enemy we only fight 1 time. The bear. I think it's a bear. It's either a bear or a very giant rat. Now, I do like to kill the snakes first because the snakes do have a chance of poisoning you. And honestly, poison is super annoying because it just ticks your HP down like it's nothing. Now, the bear, I like to call, if you're a League of Legends fan, I like to call this WoadyB because he does shoot lightning. I haven't played League of Legends in a while, but I believe his name was WoadyB. It's like WoadyB, I believe. Oh, all right. Got a little dicey there, but we survived. Not a LOL fan. I mean, I used to play it because I had a bunch of buddies who were into it, but I don't play it anymore because I utterly suck at it. All right, so we've got ourselves 2 monkeys here. Thank you for the good luck. Thank you for the good luck. Thankfully, the monkeys die in 1 round. Oh, never mind. I lied. Because according to my game, it did not want to crit on the right hits. Can you even do a League of Legends run? Like, is that even a thing? All right, so now I got to see, what do we get here? Either a defense upgrade or a tool. If we get a tool, we can do an upgrade early. If we don't get a tool, hey, we got the tool. Nice. So that means we're going to be able to do 1 extra upgrade here in day 3 because of that tool we just picked up. And we are almost... yes, I was about to say the worms. For those of you who know the run, we are almost upon the worms. And the worms are special. Most people who run this game will probably tell you that the worms are the worst boss in the run. Because, yeah, double crit, we took out the weird plant thingy. Nice. Good battle so far. Yeah, the worms are arguably one of the worst parts of the run. We're definitely going to be safety saving here because sometimes, even through my own grace of skill, the worms still get the better of me and yeah, wreck my face off. So we're going to heal up as much as possible. We're going to make sure our gun is reloaded. Fun fact, if you set it to 0, you'll get a free reload. Let's get that safety save going. So the worms are unique because there are going to be 4 of them. And you might be thinking, well, okay, 4 worms, that's not that unique. You just kill the 4 worms. The problem is every time you kill a worm, the remaining worms gain HP. And they grow in size, and their attacks do more damage. So what I'm going to be trying to do here is I'm going to basically aim to kill 1 worm, then kill another worm, and then I'm going to try and kill the last 2 worms at the exact same time. Because if I let the big mamma jamma worm come to life, bad things could happen because of it. Alright, so now finally got a good opening to attack this worm. So the worms in the beginning only have about 125 HP. And then after I kill 1 worm, they'll have 150 HP. And then they'll each have 175. I would really like it if this worm on the right here would come up. Just going to shoot once. Okay. Alright, so now they're going to grow a little bit in size, and their attack's going to get to be a little bit stronger, and we're going to look to kill this worm. So this worm has 150 HP. Health's getting a little low, so we're going to go a little bit slower here and get ourselves a little... Because like I said, I'm going to try and take this battle a little bit slower than I normally would, just because I don't want to die, because this battle sucks. And if you run towards the worms as they throw the ball, you can sometimes get really lucky with the way they fall. This should kill this worm. Now she is hurt, so I am going to try and take a moment and heal up. Alright, so we're down to the last 2 worms. So the goal here is to kill these worms at the same time. So the goal is to wait for them both to be up. So I'm going to kind of stand here. Start running this direction as they attack because it messes with that. We're going to fire 1, fire 1. I'll have to change my angle up a little bit because it looks like that was bad spot. So we'll stand here, kind of run this way. If I stand here, I should be safe. Yep, alright, so I found the safe spot. So we just do that back and forth. Now, worst case scenario, if I don't kill them at the same time, there shouldn't be that much health left. That 1 turn should be enough to kill the 2 worms. Yep. Overall, this is going actually pretty well. Found the sweet spot for standing. Just have to make sure I keep landing on the sweet spot. I think by non-existing math that I am not doing currently, I believe this should be the final round. Nope, we got to reload. This will be the final round. I forgot, there's always 1 reload. If you have your gun reloaded and make all your shots count, there should only be 1 time you reload for the whole battle. And let's see if we got it. We got it. And that is the worm strat, baby. Now, there's actually a better worm strat created by Professor Palmer called the 1-2-1. Yeah, I don't know how to do that strat, and it's very hard to do that strat, so I'm not even going to try and pretend like I know how to do it. So we're going to heal up, because we got pretty much a boss battle right away. Now, this boss battle is actually not as challenging, so I'm not as worried about the safety save for this battle, because this is just being, a little smart with your movement, and you'll be fine. And besides, we're going to have full health anyway. Used up our bonus points. We reloaded our gun. Let's get it going. That was actually very good worms, because according to my splits, I am now 45 seconds ahead of my PB. So overall, it's actually been a pretty good day too. So, hope y'all ready for a battle on like the shortest playing field ever. literally fight Eve on the yes, Ghost Rider time. Literally fighting Eve here on a carriage. There's like no room to dodge her. So sometimes you just gotta kind of take the hit. Good kill on the last two. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, honestly, I'm shocked I can do that battle as well as I do it these days, because when I first learned this run, that battle was trash. Alright, chat, help me out here. What's 48 times 2? Alright, so 96, and then we're gonna add in... add in whatever, what, 64? Then we got one more round. I was to say, no way to avoid that hit. This should be it. Nope, I guess we got one more round. She's got about 320 HP. Yep, there it is. Okay, I figured we were within like one more hit. All right, and that is going to be the last battle of day 2. So now we get to mash through several minutes of cutscenes. Over 9,000! Poor carriage. Get ourselves some more flashbacks here. I has been knocked unconscious from the horse ride. Daniel hangs outside, mostly because he couldn't go in, because if he walked anywhere near Central Park, it burned him up. Now, the great news is, for those who are wondering, looks like Ben has escaped being turned to goo. Unfortunately, Lorraine, his mother, was not as fortunate. Oh, so from here, what ends up happening is they decide that they're going to evacuate Manhattan, because it's going to be the only way to try and save everybody from the threat that Eve possesses. Or poses. Words are hard, y'all. Hope y'all having a fun time reliving this classic game. Words are overrated anyway. You're right, they are overrated. Yes, no fun allowed until we get an Uzi. Sneaky, don't give away the run. We'll talk about the Uzi later when we get to day 4. So here we get introduced to Maeda. I think I'm saying that right. Basically, he is a scientist. Sorry, yes, he is a Japanese scientist who is an expert in mitochondria, who's basically come here, and he sneaks into Manhattan because they've blocked off Manhattan because he's trying to find Aya. Or not really find Aya, but he's just trying to find what he can out about Eve. He just runs into the unconscious Aya. Or Aya. Oh, chat, what do y'all think? Is it Aya or Aya? One of those names that I feel like either is acceptable. Since there's no voice acting to confirm it either way. We're going with Aya. Mitochondria wants... Yeah, exactly. Mitochondria wants to find Aya. It's written as my brain. I know. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Thank you for that. Yeah, I mean, Aya does make the most sense. I don't think I know a single. I mean, I watch a lot of anime. I don't think I know a single person I've ever heard named Aya. I've always seen Aya as the name. Or at least that's what's been said. So we're almost to day 3. In day 3, you will be seeing the introduction of SMGs, which we'll use for a pretty hefty chunk of the run. Basically, pretty much most of day 3, all the way into pretty much day 4, and like most of day 5. Like, we don't really change guns until the like near end of day 5, when we get this like really dope tool upgrade. Bray. Apparently my I guess it looks like my Eve battle was a little bit on the slow side, mixed in with, I guess, my menuing. Losing some of my time save according to my splits. That's fine. We're still on good pace. My button mashing is just not up to par. It's just not as strong as everyone else's. All right, day 3. So SMGs are interesting weapons. Basically, we lose the ability to pick who we're going to shoot with an SMG, and it's just random. And there's a chance that the SMG will fire 50% more shots. Blame it on rifle reload time. Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely blame it on the rifle reload time. Yes, SMG go brr. But yeah, so with the SMG, we do lose the ability to pick our targets. So what ends up happening in battles is that you're going to see that I may take slightly longer to do a battle because I'm trying to position Ayaya in front of a group of enemies, because the issue is since I can't pick who the target is, if one of them decides, oh, I'm just gonna, you know, dart off like way off to the side there, then she may target them, and thus it's going to just miss the entire time. So we do want to be somewhat mindful of our ammo, because I've had a few runs where I have gotten to a few of the boss battles in Chapter 5 and have had like no additional ammo, because other battles leading up to it were done kind of haphazardly. Yes, SMG stands for shoot many guys. Alright, so here we go into a gun store. We're gonna collect a bunch of stuff. A couple guns. Get ourselves a tool. And get ourselves a bullet capacity upgrade. Okay. Ooh, it's a +2. Alright, so we're going to do a little bit of tuning up here. And my brain always mixes up these numbers, so I want to make sure I do this right. So we're going to take the M16, put it onto the M11. And then we're going to take the rate of fire from the M84 and put it on the M11. So we want the rate of 2 times. And since we got the tool earlier, we're going to go ahead and take the stats from the G9 and put that onto the M11. And then we're going to go ahead and sort our inventory. Make sure we use our little bullet capacity upgrade. And then make sure we equip it. So when we change guns, it does automatically equip the club, so you do got to be mindful of that. Are the Redeemers on sale? No, they're not. All right. Now we're going to go to the other side. So yeah, we did a pretty big menu of weapon upgrades there. Now, normally what we do here is we walk into the pharmacy and we immediately leave. But because this is a marathon and we want to be slightly safe for the marathon to make sure we meet our time, I am going to collect stuff in here. So there is a revive in here. We did not use our revive, so we do have 2, thankfully. We're going to go ahead and grab some medicine. There's a room back here that has 2 chests. Let's see what we can find. Got ourselves an armor upgrade for some evade and an additional tool. And there should be a medicine 3 there, and let's head on out. Just a couple extra things to help make day 3 a little bit safer. A couple additional healing items. And a extra armor upgrade. But yeah, normally we don't get those. Also, this is my least favorite. There we go. I hate that door. I don't know what it is about like my angle of character. I always seem to like have trouble clicking on the door to the passenger side there. All right, so we're gonna head to the museum. But yeah, so now we've got 2 revives, so we've got 2 nice little safety nets in case one of these boss battles coming up goes pretty bad for any reason. So now that we've selected the museum, we're going to be basically mashing through probably about another 6 minutes or so worth of cutscenes. Yeah, oh man, what was it? The last run I did, ETAP, I that was me. That was basically me the last time I did a run of this game. I spent several minutes just like, okay, where's the door? Where's the door? Why is this not working? I actually went back to the pharmacy because I thought, did I not go far enough into the pharmacy? This doesn't make sense. Yeah, that door is weird. The trigger point for it is like, must be like tiny as all hell or something. So the 3 of us decide to visit Dr. Clamp's office. Kind of see what's happening here. So you'll see a bunch of cutscenes of the, I guess you'd call it the nuclei, and or the various cells, and like kind of what's happening to them. So for all you science fans out there, sometimes I feel like I need Bill Nye, the science guy, to try and explain the plot of this game to me. It's definitely how it should look, right? Yeah, it should have been a MythBusters episode, or a Bill Nye, the science guy episode. I say, after learning how to run this game with all the button mashing I have to do for dialogue, I give many props to speedrunners who do speedrun games that you just have to mash through dialogue, like Final Fantasy 7 or 8 or 9. Like, just so much dialogue mashing in those games. Probably Chrono Cross. I imagine Chrono Cross has a lot of dialogue mashing too. Really, any RPG from the PlayStation 1 era, probably. Yeah, currently Parasite Eve is the oldest in terms of age game I speedrun. One of the hardest things to get through when trying to replay. Yeah, I know, right? Text mastering Twilight Princess needs. Oh man, yeah. I was gonna say game. Like, I actually I don't know. I feel like maybe somebody who's been running this game longer than me. I don't know if there is a level of like button mashing. I don't know if there's like a level of butt mashing that I need to like get to be faster at this game. Like, I actually don't know if it matters. It probably does in some capacity. Watch someone beat this blindfold. Was it Professor Palmer? I feel like Professor Palmer, I'm pretty certain, has done runs of this blindfolded. It's the only person I can think of to associate blindfolded runs of this too. So Dr. Clamp has found us out. Oh, really? Okay. Well, then I guess I've got a lot of work to do on my button mashing capabilities. I've actually never been an amazing button masher, to be honest with y'all. Definitely speedrunning has made me work on it, I would say. Yeah, I've always been... I was always that guy in like Mario Party where on the mini games where you had to button mash, I was usually like the one to lose or get last place. I always hated getting mini games that involved button mashing in Mario Party. Mario Party, what was it? Button mashing, and in Mario Party 1, I don't know how many of y'all played it, but those like awkward mini games like Tug of War where you had to rotate the joystick and you would do it with like the palm of your hand, but you would do it so fast that you would basically like ruin the palm of your hand. Okay, NYPD. $15 per second on a good day. That's power to you. There's a thing online where you can Pest. Yes, blisters. That is the word. I can feel the pain holding for. I know, right? I feel the pain right now. I'm actually like scratching the palm of my hand just thinking about it and talking about it. So we've gotten back to the NYPD, and unfortunately, bad stuff has happened. Basically, Eve has shown up here at the police station, and she has basically wrecked house. Yeah, the stick would get wrecked by it. Oh, they gave out gloves? That I did not know. Alright, so we're going to get a guaranteed battle here. So day 3, because of our movements through the map, this is actually going to be the first day where we may see RNG at play here for additional encounters. Also, I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's like a dog or some bear thing. I actually cannot think of what animal that creature is. But yeah, so here is where we're going to see our first example of going through repeated areas. So as I mentioned earlier, in this game, most battles that you're going to see me fight, they are force. I have literally no way to get around them. That frog battle I skipped in day 1 in the sewers was like the only one where you can move a specific way, and like, well, not the only one. There are a couple other battles where if I don't cross a certain part of the room, I can avoid a battle. But for the most part, most battles are going to happen no matter what I do. But now we're going to see the thing where I may get an additional battle. I may not get an additional battle. I've now hit the wrong button. Come on. There we go. Game's like, nope, I'm not going to listen to you today. All right, so we're going to store the zoo key and this useless charm that Maeda gives us. All right. Going to go ahead and grab us an additional medicine for marathon safety. So now when I go into this room here, there is a chance that I will fight. Oh, there it is. So there's a chance you get that battle, and there's a chance you don't get that battle. Obviously, if you don't get the battle, you're going to have a time save, and that's going to allow you to hopefully get a much better time at the end of it all. But in this case, RNG was not in our favor, and we got the additional battle. And looks like I lost a medicine 2 to some junk. So that means I'm going to need to sort my inventory and get rid of some of this junk. All right. Go see Kathy, who is keeping an eye on Ben, and Ben was playing with a dog named Shiva. Junk. Never gonna give you up. We're no strangers to love. We know the rules, and so do I. Alright, we're gonna get an encounter here against a rat and a bird. I'm actually going to wait a moment for the bird to come closer because of the random effect of the SMG. I would not want her to shoot at the bird who's way off screen. We're just going to take the... Yep, we're just going to take all of it. Easier to do that and just junk it later. Slight too much on the curve there. May just go into a door we didn't need to. Alright. Now we're gonna go get ourselves pretty much the armor we're gonna wear for the rest of the game. The CM Vest 2. Basically the upgraded version of the vest I'm currently wearing. When your health drops below 25%, I believe it is, the game will use the highest level medicine you possess to heal you. Now, will we get the next encounter or will we skip one here? And looks like... Alright, we skipped an additional encounter. So that was another room where you could potentially get an encounter. Now, in this room, we're only going to run directly to the chest and leave the room. If I actually go in the center of the room here, it will trigger a battle. So as long as I do this exact pathing, I can avoid the battle that is in the center of the room there. All right, now that we're out of here, we're going to go ahead and equip ourselves the CM Vest 2. We're going to go ahead and junk the CM Vest 1. And then we're going to use all the defense upgrades we have. The extra upgrade we have. Let's just make sure. Yep, we've only got the one. And then we're going to use our offense +1 here on our M11 because we're going to be using that for a while. All right, let's head upstairs. Basically, we're looking for Ben and Shiva because it seems that bad things are going to happen. And also, of course, you know, rescue anybody who's not dead in the police station here. I always love how Ben just kind of ignores the mutated rats behind him. So here we're going to have ourselves an encounter against a fairly annoying enemy, some mini spiders. The mini spiders here can do this spider web move, which will massively slow you down. So we are going to try to avoid it until it goes away, which is going to make some of the pathing to escape them a little more challenging. Oh, yep, we definitely don't want to get hit by it. And there's the armor doing its thing and healing, so we got a little lucky there. These spiders are definitely not playing nice. They're basically not going near each other. Get away from me, get away from me. Stupid spider. All right. Now, we are going to take because we are trying to be marathon safe, I am going to go into this room here. Of course, this one's risky because it means that I'm putting myself at risk for doing that battle again to get to this save point. But we are going to be coming up to a boss battle, and wouldn't want that boss battle to go haywire on me. So let's just pray to the RNG gods, y'all, that we don't get ourselves a dual spider encounter. Ooh. Yes. This game's definitely trying to take me out of commission, I will say that. Ah, I walked into the web. Alright, so now that I've been... I think it's like called stiffness. The status ailments in this game have slightly different names compared to what you would see in most JRPG games. Like they call, you know, blind, darkness, poison is still poison, of course. I believe it's called stiffness, if I remember correctly. I think it's not called paralysis, it's basically called stiffness, if I remember correctly. Yeah, game is definitely trying to put me through the ringer for the marathon, I will say that. So we here we see Shiva is acting strange. Ben's trying to console Shiva, but unfortunately, if you're a dog lover, you'd probably want to look away. As an owner of a dog, it always hurts to watch this scene. Poor Shiva. And as you can probably guess, that is going to be our boss battle here towards the end. These transformations make you laugh. Hey, dude, it's just alright. Could have sent this to the rate dogs. Oh man, that would have been funny. Alright, so we did get healed, thankfully, but we do probably want to be a little bit safer with our health. I do have plenty of parasitic energy. Also, the rats are being annoying with their little flame tails. There we go. Alright, so we got ourselves a tool. Dog turns into a cross between a Cerberus. I'm not even quite sure what that is. A langolar. So I ran into this room because this medic is going to heal me for free. So this is just the free heal, which is nice. Nice and handy, I'd say. But I do want to make sure I do... Actually, I don't have an upgrade to do because since we got the tool in the previous... Since we got the tool in Central Park, I don't have the G19 anymore to use with the tool. So we can just ignore and upgrade. Semi-classic horde. I will definitely look that up. Alright. Those all... There's that pathing. We gotta be careful which direction you're holding. Alright. So we're gonna go ahead and heal up to max. Sort our inventory. Make sure we use any distribution. We have 1 point we can use. Let's make sure we reload our gun. Let's go the other way because it'll be quicker. And inventory's kind of full. Let's go ahead and free up some stuff while we're in here. Nope, don't want to junk that, and we junk that. Mundo. Sphere with tons of teeth. Oh. Okay, see, that makes more sense to me now. Alright, so now we're going to fight Shiva. Shiva's got about... So Shiva has 3 attacks, but there's also 3 targets. Basically, Shiva's got 3 heads, we got to take out all 3 heads. Battlefield's pretty tiny. We just got to be, you know... Oh, we got a blast happening here. Does about 40 damage per hit. Shiva has a blast attack, a bite attack. Thankfully, we dodge the bite attack if we just keep moving. And Shiva also has a chance of healing one of the heads for about 100 HP. So it's not uncommon to fight Shiva, and Shiva like to just spam. Oh, that move actually does a fair amount of damage. And normally that move drops your HP by half. So I'm actually kind of surprised it didn't do more damage to me, but I'm not going to question it. But yeah, there is a chance that Shiva will heal one of the heads, so it's not uncommon for her to just spam heal. I think there was like one battle where I think she healed each head. She just healed like 7 times during the battle. It was the most annoying thing I've ever seen. Honestly, we're getting pretty good RNG with the bite attack and the consistency of it, because that's kind of the best case scenario. Now, that time I didn't dodge it, which kind of sucked, but for the most part, we can make it work. Another bite. Nope, we got a laser. Yep, there we go. Good Shiva battle. Let's exclamation point schedule. Alright, pretty good Shiva battle, actually. We got lucky. Shiva didn't spam heal at all, which is great, because the heads have 200, 300, and 400 HP. And so, you know, the healing obviously for 100 each would be painful, and you would use more ammo to push through. Yeah, pretty good battle. Also didn't spam the laser move. I've seen that before. a lot of laser spamming has definitely happened before. And we are on to day 4. So now I'm going to go locate Maeda, who is on the 3rd floor of the infirmary. Station's kind of trash still. This is the part where some of the story is going to get weird, folks. So essentially what's going to happen here is we decide, me and Maeda, to head to the hospital. Because Maeda thinks Eve is in search of some sperm so she can create the ultimate being. Yes, because now we're entering the territory. Maeda is like Maeda. Yeah, I'm usually good at saying most Japanese names, but some of them still elude me. I can say Mitsurugi and Kenshiro and Jotaro and Omae wa mo shinderu, but Maeda can barely say it. Or is it Omae wa mo shinderu? Yeah. To the hospital. Thank you. At one point in time, I was trying to learn Japanese. I've kind of gone back and forth on it. So now I just pick up little bits and pieces while I watch anime. So we have arrived at the hospital, and unfortunately, Eve has already arrived, and the place is overrun with these minions of hers. And he gives us a useless charm once again. So throughout, like 3 times throughout the run, we get these like useless key items from him that do like nothing for us. Good rule of thumb for pronouncing Japanese words through manji is if you see 2 vowels next to each other, they aren't the same. Second one, it's its syllable. Ah. So, Maeda. This is no longer a speedrun, folks. This is a Teach WoadyB Japanese stream. So it would be like Maeda? Maeda? Am I saying that right? Oh, my. Oh, yeah, good point. Maeda. 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 Feel so bad for chat and the people listening. My attempts to enunciate this man's name. Maeda. Maeda. The last one's good. Maeda. Maeda. Okay, we've got it, folks. We have accomplished the enunciation. To be completely fair, for people who regularly watch my stream, it is actually a running gag at how crappy I enunciate things. So I assure you, this is normal. I do it for all words. So I promise you. I'm just bad at saying words in general. Just back when I used to stream Monster Hunter, you should see how I enunciated most monsters' names in Monster Hunter. It was great. It was so bad. All right, here I have to be careful about my inventory because if my inventory gets too full, I'm not going to pick up the necessary items, which can be a problem. So So we got the first fuse, we got the M79. A lot of running around here in the hospital. Go ahead and get ourselves an autopsy key in the drawer. So far we're good on the inventory. Medicine still good on the inventory. I was practicing this earlier yesterday and today in preparation for the marathon, and I kept forgetting a fuse because I would not pay attention to my inventory being full, so it got really awkward when I needed to actually use the fuses and I didn't have them. Use the autopsy key here. Gets rid of it. Here we'll have a forced encounter against a couple of new enemies. Here we're going to run into a weird blobby creature and then a couple flies that will poison you. So just gotta be mindful. Actually, a lot of enemies in this day will poison you, so you have to be very careful. The red balls that the little blue thing fires can poison you. Those little pools can poison you. It's just a mess of poison all over the place. And like I said, I am trying to position my dome of attack with all the enemies inside of it, so that way there are no wasted shots. So here we go. We have a full inventory, so we get to sit here and do a little house cleansing. So let's go ahead and see what we got. Let's dump these. Man, is that all I can dump? Guess I'm gonna have to start. Yep, I guess let me go ahead and use this since that's just an extra. And I'll just go ahead and use one of these to heal. Yeah, until we can get rid of the fuses, the inventory is going to be a little bit on the tight side. But we do have a menu coming up soonish that should free. Also, fun little graphical bug there where sometimes she does basically a motion, but doesn't change the way the model doesn't turn the whole way. So she awkwardly opened the door the way she did a second ago. There's different opinions in the community about it being survival horror. Some people call it survival horror light, because it's not really trying to scare you. You know, it doesn't really bill itself as like a game that's scary or frightening. It's more like just horror and just very graphic and, violent at times. But it's definitely more action RPG. It's not like Resident Evil, for instance, but it's definitely a difference of opinions in the community for it, or just in general, not even just the community, but just people in general. Well, this is fun. My inventory is so full that I'm literally going to have to junk medicine just to make room for things. See if we can get through. We'll have our blue key card, which will become useless soon. Yeah, it's definitely a mix of both, I would say. I just know I've heard some people refer to it more as like survival horror light or adjacent. Survival horror adjacent is what I've heard some people call it. I almost feel like I want to take damage during this battle just so I can use medicine to free up my inventory. Is that bad? I feel like that's an efficient way to use my items. Especially when stuff like that happens. Alright, so that was another room where you have a chance of getting an extra encounter. As this game has done so far, it has basically decided it's going to give me pretty much every extra encounter I can get. For anyone keeping track, we have definitely gotten most of the extra encounters at this point. There was one room so far. Yeah, the short answer to your question is yes. I do apologize. I apologize for any long-winded responses in the chat. All right, here's where we have a 50% chance of getting either a micro Uzi or an M10. And the M10, oh my god, I always get the M10. My if any of my viewers from my stream are in chat, you know the woes of WoadyB and the M10, because that's pretty much what it is. I live in M10 town. I have gotten the Uzi. I wish I was lying when I say this to everyone. I have literally gotten the Uzi one time. One time have I gotten the actual Uzi in a run, and that run died in day 5. All right, transfer the stats from the M11 to the M10. We're going to transfer the rate of fire from the M79 to the M10. We'll go ahead and transfer the bonus stats from the M92 to the M10. Let's see, the M92. Yeah. I'm always afraid I'm going to like junk the wrong thing. We also are going to junk this. Actually, I'm going to take the ammo from it first. Then I'm going to junk it because we actually don't need this at all. Let's go ahead and distribute some points. Make sure we equip it and use the offensive upgrade we got. Cool. Also, I forgot what this thing is called, but I hate it. It's ugly and it shoots a ball. And the second part is you have to kill the ball to actually be able to finish the battle. So when that thing is bouncing around, battle ain't over until it's dead. Miss. Oh my god. I hate stiffness. Your ATV goes a lot slower. There we go. I mean, it's fun to note these game categories are arbitrary anyway. That's fair. It is. You are correct. It is an arbitrary thing. So, for anyone wondering, why I ranted about the whole M10 versus the micro Uzi, it's because the micro Uzi arguably is the better weapon you would acquire in the run, because the micro Uzi, there is a cool ability that you can get for it called Quick Draw, which gives you a chance of starting battle with a full bar of ATB. You can't put that on the M10. You can only put on the micro Uzi. And then you'll also be able to give the micro Uzi a special frost bullet that will help with some of the enemies in day 5. They'll actually take more damage in results to it. So it's preferable to get the micro Uzi, because in the longer run, you actually save more time using it overall. But yeah, I've only gotten it one time. It's the running gag in my streams when I run this game, is that I always get the M10. And the day I get a micro Uzi, what happens? My run dies in day 5 because it was a no safety save run. But them's the breaks as a speedrunner, y'all. Them's the breaks. Sometimes it'd be like that. Oh my god, they all spread out. Come on. So right there, you see an example of why you want all of them in your bubble, because if she decides to target the really annoying, the one that's really far away, you'll miss the shot. We'll see a lot of this in an upcoming boss battle because of how spread out they'll be. No Uzi, no funnel out. Exactly. And I like the Uzi. The one run I got the Uzi in, it was nice. I really enjoyed it. Yep. Sometimes it do be like that. Though, I don't know, at this point, I feel like it's always like that for me. Continuing our adventure here in the hospital. I hate fighting the rat. The rat throws this like stupid, this like bouncing explosive ball. It's so annoying. Sometimes you get lucky, you just kind of like dodge it, which is really handy. Yeah, now currently we are basically evacuating people who couldn't get out, as well as, you know, looking for our own pieces of information and Eve's whole plan to find sperm. No, not the stiffness. Oh my god, it's stiffness and poison. Yeesh. The goggles, they do nothing. Nah, that's what it's actually called. So in this game, the status ailment for paralysis is actually referred to as stiffness. No, that's literally what she's doing. Yeah, no, I know. Alright, here we'll get one of our last key cards. And so now we must venture across several rooms we've already been to, so y'all know what this means. It's time for RNG to take the wheel and see if we get some extra encounters. Here's the first room. We got, honestly, I don't think I've ever not gotten this encounter. I'm convinced that this is not a random chance and that you're just guaranteed to get it. Because I don't think I've done a single run where that has not been an encounter. Alright, let's see if we get this encounter. Oh my god, I didn't get that encounter. I swear, that encounter I always get too. So I'll take it. We finally didn't get one of the extra forced encounters. Or not forced, but we didn't get one of the extra encounters, finally. Of all the possible extra encounters, only 2 have not happened. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and use just a little bit of medicine. Got a battle here against a big slime. Big mamma jamma slime ball. Likes to jump on me. Usually takes about 2 turns. Ooh, ammo plus 15, and we're gonna get another 30 here. Activate the first valve. This needs Friday Night Track from Yakuza BGM. Honestly, the angles in this area are so weird. 13th floor. Here we'll have another annoying battle against 2 slime creatures and one of these weird mutated men's. There is an official name for this combination of body parts that you see here. Oh, and we are infected with stiffness, which is not good for our ATV. especially when there's balls bouncing around everywhere. Now, most status effects do tend to wear off over time. Oh my god, there's so many balls. Now, I'm playing a little bit on the riskier side because I do still have those 2 revives, but admittedly, I would probably prefer to have those revives for day 5. Day 5's got some very dangerous battles. Especially, arguably, the second most difficult. So there's 2 really challenging boss battles. We've already passed the worms, but the next really difficult boss battle comes in day 5. Alright, go ahead and use this opportunity to heal up. Come on, power of RNG. RNG, you failed me. You failed me. Yeah, that was a very large red button. Alright, thankfully, the rat is dead. That saves on some of the AoE. Minus the balls flying at Aya's face. Aya's face. I'm just gonna throw the towel on Annunciations. Alright, one final encounter before the boss of this stage. So one thing that's nice is you can take, when you take a hit from an enemy, you can definitely cause, so not definitely, so what happens is when you get hit by an enemy, there's a moment of invulnerability that can happen. So let's say you get hit by an enemy and another enemy uses a move. You can avoid damage from that move. So sometimes if you know what the enemy's going to do and you know how much damage you take from certain attacks, you can actually use that to your advantage to where, let's say an enemy is going to use an attack that's going to take like, 100 HP off of you, but if you just run into it, you can take like maybe, 10 HP from contact damage. So sometimes you can use that to your advantage. So like what happened there was I got hit by the rat while the, weird mutilated creature thing did his like shockwave attack. So it actually didn't affect me because I basically avoided the damage from it. So that can come in handy sometimes. So we're going to safety save because we have ourselves here a boss coming up here shortly. We're just trying to be safe. I'm going to go ahead and make sure we heal up. And why not? We'll use our 1 point of distribution. Now, coming up in the boss battle here in a little, the boss battle we're going to be doing shortly is pretty much the first case of where we're going to start to use our parasitic energy a bit more often. So right now, I've mostly been using my parasite energy or parasitic energy for healing at times, but now we're going to start using it for things like haste and energy shot, which you'll actually see both perform during this battle here. I would honestly need to replay Third Birthday, but I do remember it being a fairly subpar game. It had a lot of issues, for sure. Now, haste will make me move faster, which allows me to dodge things, which, as I get hit there, I get proven wrong. Whew! Alright. Just for safety reasons, we're going to use this moment to heal. Like I said, I really want to hold on to those revives for the next day. Alright, this should... Okay, this should push us. So here we are on phase 2 of the spider. So you saw me use haste there, we run faster. And after 2 rounds of bullets, you're going to see me use... Well, maybe 3 rounds, because we dodged one of the shots. And we'll go for it. So we're basically going to try and one-shot the rest of this boss using the energy shot. Now, the more parasitic energy you have, the more damage this will do, and looks like we didn't get the kill, most likely because of that missed shot earlier. So this should finish the battle here, and that is the spider. And we're going to get a gun that we don't need, so we will drop that later. Safety and must be game. Hey, you know what? If I could play riskier for a game like Parasite Eve, I would, but unfortunately, there is no autosave, and we're in a marathon, and we don't want to mercy kill the run. So if you don't want safety, watch this run not in a marathon. Because, yeah, if you want to get some of the... I'm a bad gambler. Don't worry. If you love gambling, boy, do I have a speed run for you that will be featured in this marathon on April 14th. So here we see Eve telepathically kill these pilots. For those who are wondering what I'm alluding to with that previous comment, I'm also, if you've looked at the schedule, no, it is not a misprint. My name is featured 3 times. So hopefully you're enjoying me here today, because I'll be back 2 more times. One of the runs I'm doing will be Grandia 3, and there is an entire section in that run where we gamble to buy some expensive items. So, or buy some very powerful in-game items. So, yeah. We'll be doing plenty of gambling. Baka Mitai. Baka. Alright, we've got one more battle here for day 4. This is usually, most of the time, a 1-turn battle. Nope, looks like we got healed up. We're just going to kind of tank the hits. It's a spider, doesn't do a whole lot. Yeah, I like it too. It's a pretty fun speedrun. It's both chill and intense with gambling. It's kind of a mix of everything. Hey, what's going on, Maddie? Thank you for the good luck. All right, and this, for the most part, should wrap up day 4. Basically just a bunch of cutscene mashing at this point. And then we get to go into day 5, everybody. Violetta sends her regards. Well, you know what? Violetta can go away. I hate Violetta. Let's save the Grandia 3 stuff for that day. We're on Parasite Eve. We'll focus on Parasite Eve today. We'll talk Grandia 3 on the 14th. Well, plenty of time. Plenty of time during that run. Alright, so we're back at the chief's office. At this point in the story, Eve has acquired the sperm that she was looking for. obviously, you know, things are bad. Old New York was once New Amsterdam. Why they changed it, I can't say. People just liked it better that way. So take me back. Yep. Larpus, Eve has completed her quest. So shenanigans are ensued. Alright. Now here we are on day 5. Now, because we got the M10 and not the Micro Uzi, we don't need to make a pit stop into the warehouse. So we're going to head straight to Chinatown, which has, in my opinion, one of the best tracks. I don't know, I really like this track. It's one of my favorite. So there's evidence of mutant slime in the sewers, so we're gonna make our way into the sewer system and kind of see what's going on with it. Because slime bad, slime very bad. Here we got these like weird cat mutations. Arguably, maybe it's just my ability to identify animals or stuff, but some of these creatures, like, I try to make out what they originally were before the mutation, and like, I just can't make out some of these things. I'm fairly certain this is a cat. It just seems like it'd be a cat, but I could be completely wrong. I got a couple snakes, so unfortunately poison can be pretty annoying to get hit with. You kind of just, most of the time, you just kind of tank through the damage. Okay. Alright, what I'm gonna do... Because... Alright, if you are familiar with the speed run, you should know what battle's coming up next. This battle in the sewers sucks. Just sucks. Just plain sucks. So much so that when you use the notes that I use to learn to run this game, literally the first line of this part says, "Welcome to the worst part in the game." And then it says, "You fight 3 bats. Good luck." Is literally what it says. The reason why is because the bad enemies are awful. They're horrible. They have the ability to infect you with darkness with their sonar beam. And when you're infected with darkness, your targeting reticle, or targeting dome, is very tiny. Very tiny. So you either have to use a Cure D, and there we go, we've been hit with the blind. So now I get to sit here, run back and forth, since I can't really heal it at the moment. We'll just haste instead. Maybe that won't, I don't know, just a use of time right now. So we just kind of have to wait it out for right now. Now we will get Cure Ds that will let us, you know, heal it. Ah, God. It's happening. It's happening. We're just getting trounced with sonar. It's so stupid. Yeah, this battle's terrible. Come on. Oh my God, she targeted the ones outside the dome. Come on. All right, we killed one, so that's good. And we've killed 2 of them. Nice. All right, we made it through. Infected from Darkness from Konosuba, Kirem. I haven't watched Konosuba yet. All right, here we're going to get a battle against either 2 bats or a frog. We're going to pray it's the frog, and it's the 2 bats, because why wouldn't it be? Parasite Eve knows we're in a marathon, so it wants to give me the most god-awful RNG possible. And this is the tighter space, by the way. Okay, we made it out, thankfully. We've got plenty of D in the inventory, y'all. Plenty of Cure D in the inventory. Someone say darkness. Yep. And extra encounter? Okay, we got lucky. So that was another room where you might get an encounter. We did not get an encounter. And here's another room where you might get an encounter. And I think we're gonna make it out. All right, we've got 2 back-to-back rooms with no encounter. Awesome. Outside of really bad luck with the sonar, day 5 has been kind to us on the RNG side of things. Now, for an upcoming boss battle, I need to make sure I have a good amount of, preferably a full bar of parasitic energy, so we are going to basically not use any of it to heal, or energy shot, or haste. And we got hit with the darkness. Now, I could get close and still hit. It's a little janky still, but, you know, it's better than nothing for the most part. Alright, we've got too much Cure D in the inventory, so we're going to probably need to look at removing some of that. We won't have any encounters for a little while, so we can kind of wait. Actually, I should probably free up my inventory. There's a chest with medicine around the corner. Oh, so now we've got a bunch of slime in the sewer system here, and so we need to basically get rid of it. Alright, let's go ahead and drop as much of this as we can. We're going to just hold on to 1, because at this point we don't really have bats to worry about anymore. Let's get rid of the junk. Perfecto. Alright, plenty of inventory space. Don't worry, we're almost to every runner's favorite boss. And arguably the hardest. At least, I mean, I feel it's the hardest. I can't speak for other runners, of course, but... Alright, we've basically drained out the water system to keep Eve's gooiness from infecting the city. Basically, we've prevented Eve from infecting the city's water reservoir. We've now made our way to the subway. This is another really good track. Definite safety save incoming here. Thankfully, this is one of those safety saves where if we do die to this boss by some chance, the time loss is minimal since there's no cutscene before it. The worst times to die are before the bosses that have cutscenes because you can't skip them. So obviously you lose the most time. In most cases, depending on how good your PB is, it's pretty much a dead run if you get a death. That's why when you go for the really good times, you start having to do basically no safety save. Because if you safety save, you're guaranteed to not get some of the top times. Because the time it takes to save is just too much. Here we got ourselves a little mutated mole rat. Now we're either gonna get medicine or ammo. Got ammo. Definitely gonna need to heal up before what's coming. Like, pretty much full heal before what's coming. Alright, y'all, wish me luck, because this one is gonna be rough. The centipede boss. Oh man, this boss sucks. So this boss has a lot going for it. So in this first phase, it can poison you like it just did me. So unfortunately, we've already off to kind of a janky start. It can do a lunging attack that does a lot of damage. It can do an electrical tail whip attack that does a lot of damage. So what I try to do is I try to stay on its side as much as possible. Thanks to the power of haste, she moves really fast. Alright, we've moved on to the next phase. And we're going to use this first turn to one-shot kill one of the body parts. Here we'll go for this one. Basically, not the tail, not the head. So now we're dealing with each separate body part. And so my health's a little low, so it is going to be a little dicey. So they're going to kind of move around 4 times. That should have been... Nope, that's the 4th. We're going to kind of run to the corner and pray we can dodge. Alright, I'm going to... Alright, we're gonna be a little risky because of the health and because of the 2 revives we have. So if I need to use a revive, this is the battle I want to use a revive on. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and now they'll attack. So we run to the corner, run over here, stand in the center. And because they're so far spread apart, it's hard to, you know, get full damage hits in the beginning until you take out, you know, a few parts. Yeah, this battle is rough. This battle can be very challenging. Especially the first couple times you do it. So far, we've got a good hand on it for now. We should have... Alright. A couple of the parts should be pretty close to death. Assuming we don't keep getting 11s, that is. Alright, perfect. So we took out one of the body parts. Nice. Okay, we're down to just 1, so now we can go ham. And boom! That actually was a pretty good centipede. I actually gold split it on my end. I actually got a gold split, so you know what? I'll take it. That actually went pretty well. I was kind of scared for that. I was kind of scared for that battle. I was worried I was gonna die, but I think we handled it pretty well. And now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to one of the most awkward disc swaps ever. Yes, this game is 2 discs. Also, I forgot to do my tune-up. We'll just go ahead and get that done now. So we've got the M10. So we're going to transfer the M10 stats to the... What, I always forget this. The M79. Yeah. And let's see. Did we get any upgrades? We got no upgrades. Let's use our bonus points. All right, so we've got 31 active time, so we can stop doing active time. And we can just... Oh, no, I think I messed up. Oh, I messed up the weapon upgrade. Crap. I was supposed to transfer the stats from that to the M10. All right, looks like we get to refight the centipede. So, like I said, thankfully, this is a non-cutscene type of battle, so we should be fine. we'll just do that battle again, just as impressively. Yeah, I had the weapon upgrades backwards, unfortunately. Whoa, that is the most aggressive mole rat I've ever seen. I think went ham on my butt. I was about to say, like, wait, what? Why does the... Yeah, no, it doesn't. I botched up. I 100% botched up the upgrade. That's just plain and simple what happened. Because I sat here, I was like, wait a minute, that's not right. I was like, I don't use the frost weapon at this point. Well, we'll just have to kick the crap out of this centipede again. It's gonna kill me now since a marathon run. Eh, potentially. We'll make it work. God, get away from me! Two, three, four. Oh my god. It nicked me. This stupid thing nicked me, and I'm poisoned. Okay, thankfully I got lucky with one of my shots. Alright. Oh my god, such weird placement. Oh, really? They had to be separated from each other like that. Yeesh. There we go. Okay. Alright, we fixed it. Let's try this again. Okay. Work with me here, folks. We're going to take the M79 stats, and we're going to put that on the M10. Bam, now we got the right thing. Okay, now we did the right one. Let's get our upgrade. Let's, bam, knock that away. The M10. Let's boost up some bullet shots. Let's sort some inventories. Let's heal up. And we got no upgrade. All right, let's get back on the road, folks. Let's make this happen. And welcome to the weird disc swap. Literally just walk through a screen. Switch discs. You just walk into a screen. Swap your discs. And for some reason I have to do this as well. It's really annoying. I do kind of hate that about the PSTV version, where the game doesn't retain knowledge of the analog setting or the digital setting. So you have to, like, if you die, reset the game, swap discs. You have to, like, change it each time. It's really annoying. All right, no encounter. Ah, come on, RNG. Play nice. Be nice, RNG. Okay, you know who's not nice? This piece of crap mole. That mole was being mean. Alright, time for the longest dungeon in the game. The museum. So this is the most lengthy part of the game. I mean, day 5 in general is very lengthy because we are still in day 5 and will be for a while. Alright, now because it's marathon, I am going to play safe. There is a battle against a kind of tough enemy coming up here shortly that I just want to be cautious of, because admittedly I don't want to run the risk of us having to fight the centipede again. Though, admittedly, if I died again, I would if I died and I didn't make this save, I would probably at that point look at loading a safety save of sorts. But I don't want to do that. All right, we're here in the museum. Now we just gotta, well, find stuff. Gotta find Dr. Clamp. Well, and Eve too. Health is a bit on the low side. That's on me. I probably could have healed. Don't worry, we got the 2 revives. Did not really want to use one there, but what are you gonna do, right? Battle's rough. Alright, can we not use both our revives, please? Jeez. Alright, that scorpion was not playing nice. So we need to make sure we're not running risks anymore and heal. Here we also get to meet some dinos. Really? We got the 2 dino battle. Jeez, these guys are wrecking my face right now. I've actually never had him be this aggressive on the attacks. Kind of a first for me. Don't worry, we have the heals. Yes. The dinosaurs are back, y'all. It is Jurassic Park. Annoying little hopper. Alright, there we go. Now we're in a better place with HP. Thankfully, we don't really fight many scorpions. There's a couple battles you can come across that have a chance of being a scorpion. But there's only like 2 of those that are coming up. Jumpy boys indeed. They're like the little dinos in Jurassic Park. Time to meet some armadillos. I think they're armadillos. At least the guide says they're armadillos. Kind of look like armadillos. Ooh, look at all those medicine forests. See, now the RNG is playing nice, and I'm getting the good drops. See, this game is like, we can't let this run die. We don't want to embarrass Woady. We gotta at least let him get the good drops so he can stay alive. Hey, no extra encounter. I'll take it. So this map, because there's so much backtracking in this stage, there is a lot of opportunity for extra encounters. So we got lucky. We did not fight more jumpy boys. That's another one of those battles I get like 90% of the time, so I will take the marathon luck, considering the mix of marathon luck we're getting. Also, the door does not want to open. It's definitely been an interesting ride for me and some of the runs I've done, because it's been like I've gotten battles where I don't normally get battles. I've gotten battles where I do get no battles where I do get battles. So yeah, it's been a very interesting ride for sure. Hey, look at that. We got the one dino. So sometimes in this battle, you can fight two of these little blue raptor guys. So the one variation is nice. It's a bit safer of a battle. So I will take that. I will take the single battle. Obviously, it doesn't mean there's less XP. So one important factoid for the finale of the game is that, well, we need to be level 33, ideally, for basically a lot of the final battles, because I'm going to learn a very powerful ability at level 33. So we're going to pray that we've got enough extra encounters and high experience encounters that we shouldn't have any problems being the appropriate level for the end of this game. Also, speaking of RNG, that was the first time I ever got the one dino battle in that previous map. Normally I get 2 armadillos. Here we're about to be introduced to pterodactyls. Pterodactyls can blind you with one of their attacks, so of course we hate being blinded, because blinded is not good. Or darkness, because no one can see me move in the darkness. Good night, moon. Good night, cow that jumped over the moon. Children, what did I say about the scooching? Yes, not pterodactyls, but terror-dactyls. Honestly, that's the only impersonation I can ever do of Christopher Walken that's halfway decent. I really can't do him on the fly as much as I wish I could. I wish I could do an on the spot Walken. Thank you. I'll take it. Honestly, my impersonations aren't very good. That's like the best impersonation of him I can do. Anything else just comes out really bad. It landed. All right, I'll take it. Runner gonna sneak a watch out of the war. Yeah, I'm gonna sneak I'm not gonna tell you where I'm sneaking it. I'll tell you that. All right, let's free up the inventory. We've hit that point where things are getting to be a little junky. Literally. Oh, we don't want to toss the medicine. We want those. Go and sort to make that easier. All right, that should be good for now. Look, man, we have established that I can't enunciate words. All right, we're just gonna have to accept that when I say pterodactyl, it comes out more like terror. Yes, I am, Scotty. That is correct. I am level 28 currently, so we're still in a good place. There is Yep, I did. You know, you're right. I did level up. See, it's always nice when chat is paying attention, because I'm not. I just eat time losses to menu checks. Because that's the way to do it, right? That's what you're supposed to do, right? You're supposed to just check the menu all the time for the answer. So yeah, at a specific point, if we're not... There's a specific point where I'm supposed to take into account if I'm 32 and need a certain amount of XP, and to do a specific thing. You're just monster hunting? Yeah, I gotta get around to trying out to do Monster Hunter. You know, I've just been, I don't know, busy with a bunch of menuing. I think so. Let me check the menu. Rise Bros. Yeah, Monster Hunter. You're also Monster Hunter. Okay, who in chat is not monster hunting right now? I feel like that would be the better question. All right, so we've got a rough battle potentially coming up here, so we're going to make sure we're reloaded. While I'm in here, I'm just going to go ahead and take the ammo from this gun. Let's also make sure we are healed up, because we may get a battle with a big scorpion here in a little bit, and that's always the good time, right? Scorpions are awesome. I saw it at a glance since your stats are oh yeah. Since your stats have the number as well as this run. Your Resident Evil. Okay, so we've got some Resident Eviling. Alright, first things first, let's energy shot the dino, because this should kill him. Okay, so maybe not as many people. I spoke too soon. I made too much assumption of people monster hunting when they're not. Completely fair. I have picked up the game, but I have not had an opportunity to play it since there's so much speedrunning to get done. You speak for all, it's okay. I don't know why, when you said that, it made me think of the Eddie Izzard stand-up where he talks about how, you know, countries were basically ruled on the precipice of essentially a flag, and so if you didn't have a flag, it's like I claim this in the land of England. You can't claim us. There's thousands of us here. Well, do you have a flag? No. Well, no flag, no country. Ha ha ha. Alright, so there's a hidden chest here of a tent. Okay, sorry, not a tent. This is not a Final Fantasy game. Sorry, the tent, or whatever the heck this is, has a... Wait a minute. I fell for it. I fell for the wrong chest. Okay, so there's two chests underneath here. I need the one that has the tool in it, not the one that has the defense upgrade. I got the one that has the defense upgrade, which means I need to get that out of my menu. So let's get that out of my menu while I have a chance. Oh man, Puzzle Quest was awesome. Major props, Secret Final Boss. Major props. Puzzle Quest was such a dope game on the PSP. Come on, Armadillo. Please come closer. It's called an awning. He's playing rides. Oh, thank God we didn't get the scorpion variation. So there's a version of this battle, I got it earlier in practice, where you'll fight a scorpion in a pterodactyl. I'm just gonna say pterodactyl because clearly I can't say it with a P. Perodactyl? Periodontus? I also really dislike this battle because the enemies like to stand far apart, which messes with my targeting. Look, Raptor, if you want to hit me, you gotta come closer. Yeah, that's what I thought. Joke's on you. We're going to be doing some, not quite weapon upgrades just yet, but we are getting close to where we will be doing a handful of things. Let's deactivate the security alarm. And then there's actually a hidden elevator back here that we can take to a floor with some items in it. Yes, for those of you who have not heard, Sony is basically axing the ability to purchase new content from the PSN stores for the PS3, the PSP, and the Vita. So if you are somebody who enjoys a lot of these classic games, you might want to consider stocking up on everything before that happens. I love the angle when it works out well, right? And when you hit the wrong floor. Yeah, there's a couple classics that I need to stock up on that I haven't bought yet before the shop closes up. Alright, more cutscene time. No, the PSP you can still buy stuff on the PSP store actually. The way you would buy it though is you would have to do it from the PSP directly, or you would have to which you could do up until now, is you would have to do some Google fooing to find the old PSN web store to buy it. What they got rid of was they got rid of the ability to do it from the normal PSN website. All right, so we're going to be doing some backtracking. So this is another moment where we may or may not get some extra encounters. Yeah, it was weird. You had to do this thing where like you would have to like Google, hey, we didn't get the extra encounter. So okay, one extra encounter was missed. Let's see if we can dodge a second extra encounter. Hey, RNG is finally playing into my hands. Now this door has been cracked open. Yeah, it was like weird. You'd have to like search search for something that would have been on the PSP like through the web, and it would give you a link to the old web store. Though like last week they like secretly killed off that old web store. So like now you can't even do that anymore. So now you have to like go through the device directly to like buy anything. Because yeah, I recently when I started to learn this game, I was trying to decide if I was going to play it on PSP or PSTV, because admittedly trying to record a PSP or a PSTV is kind of a pain, because of PlayStation TV has built-in HDCP protection that you can't turn off, and the PSP requires like a specific model and of course like specific cabling. So I was downloading the game to figure out where I was going to play it from, and yeah, I definitely saw the ability to buy stuff through the PSP directly. Unless I misunderstood, because I could have sworn that's what Sony said. I I've got a bunch of... Hey, look, he punched somebody else out. Okay, yeah, I went ahead and double checked. So yeah, it is... PS3 and PS Vita closes on August 27th. And PSP remaining purchase function. So I guess there's some things you can't buy on PSP. You have till July 2nd for that. Yes, get out there and get what you can. All right, so we've run in the Dr. Clamp once again. We have found out that he has engineered special sperm for Eve at this time, so that she can create the ultimate being. If I recall correctly, because my knowledge is a little iffy, I think it's his own, if I remember correctly. Also, he is now, like, you know, spontaneously combusted. Basically, he asks Eve to take him and that he is ready. So he bursts into flames. Yes, good riddance to Dr. Clamp. All right, we are now going to create ourselves a safety save because coming up is... It's a mix of how difficult this battle is. Like, it's a challenging battle. You could definitely die on it. It's rough, by all means. But it is definitely something that you can manage a lot better in comparison to, like, sometimes the Centipede battle or the Worms battle can be. Because those battles have, like, multi-hit targets that are attacking you, whereas this is, like, one enemy that's trying to kill you. Alright, so we're gonna hopefully not gonna get some extra encounters here. So this is an extra encounter chance. Alright, looks like we've dodged this one as well, so that's nice. This battle should happen. We got a bunch of pretty weak enemies. Should be close to finishing a few off. And we are now level 30. I'm gonna hug the wall here to avoid an encounter. And we're gonna go ahead and use up any bonus points we got. Go ahead and sort our inventory. Heal up. Yes, we are almost to liberate. Almost to liberate. But first we gotta deal with the Triceratops. Triceratops here is rough. This thing can hit for like 150 to 100, sometimes even 200, and it has an electrical move. So we've got to basically haste up. Actually, since we've got a full bar of Parasite energy, we're going to energy shot its face off. One thing I forgot to do is I like to take the ammo from previous guns, or from other guns I have, just to make sure I have enough. Yeah, that charge move there is rough. Let's haste up. Gonna kind of play him slightly safe until we get through. I said I was gonna play safe. This game's making me a liar. Ooh, I got dicey. I got real dicey. Oh, thank God. Okay, we've knocked the head off, so no more charge move, but now a lot of lightning spam. Yes, the games will still be downloadable as long as you purchase them, though. That's the thing, is that you have to actually have bought them. If you don't have them in your purchase history, you won't be able to. Alright, the battle usually goes a lot better at this point. Yeah, they're only taking the store away. So now we just kind of let him run around a few times, stand by his side when he does this to avoid the lightning. Thankfully, he only does like 10 damage a hit. Hey, good Triceratops. And we are now level 32. So we're almost there. Yeah, before I go anywhere, just because I like to be safe about my ammo, though I have a lot of it, so maybe I don't need to be. Normally, by no means should you have to do what I'm doing here. I'm just doing it to be safe, because I feel like sometimes I overuse ammo. I didn't. Now you're wondering why didn't I heal there? Apparently, the game gives you a free heal before the next boss battle. That's coming up here in a little bit. So there's actually no point in wasting any of your stuff to heal. Get ourselves a medicine and some ammo, because we've got ourselves one more boss battle. And this one's against Mama Jamma of the Dino World. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna need y'all to open the door. Get on the floor. Everybody walk the dinosaur. Boom, boom. Shaka-laka, boom, boom. Since we have a pretty good amount of parasitic energy, we'll open with this. Oh. So, T-Rex here has a very, very damaging flame move that we need to be mindful of. So we want to try to spend as much time on the side and behind it as we can. I think it's going to bust out some... Oh, here comes the fire, so we're going to run behind it. This thing has like 2,400 HP. Crazy amount. Come on, give me all the crits. Flame, flame, flame on. Ooh, that was not in a good spot for that. We do still have one revive, so we are still in a decent place when it comes to that. What am I doing? I should probably move over this way. Eesh. Alright, this is dicey. I don't want to die, so we're going to use this turn to heal. Bite attack, so let's get haste up in here. He just tail poked me. If I could use the Phoenix down on this undead thing, I would. Alright, I'm gonna risk just attacking. It's gotta be pretty close. It's not good. Yeah, that was super risky. Okay, we got through. I got a little dicey at the end there, because the auto heal did trigger. Alright, so make sure we don't mess this up. We're going to transfer the bonus stats from the M10 to the M8000. So M10 to M8000. And then we're going to transfer the burst from the 500 to the 8000. And yeah, that should take care of those tune-ups. Got some BP. We're going to go ahead and spend it. Go ahead. Use that. Let's heal up. All right. Still on day 5, y'all. All right, here's where we need to figure out if we're going to be 33 and move on or have to take an extra battle. What is this Persona? Of course it is. Didn't you know? This is Persona. I reach out, I separate. I'm not even going to try. No, yep, no more random hit. So we are using a gun that does not have random hit anymore. We can actually pick our target. And actually what we want to try to do, because of the burst ability, is actually line up enemies to get stuff like that to happen. So thanks to the burst, it's a spray shot. So if I position myself correctly, I can usually hit a few targets. Plus I can actually choose to do 2 different actions if I wanted to. Hey, now it's a lineup. And all right. I got social link 1 of the T-Rex. Yeah, of course. All right, so we're level 32. We only need 2,000 experience, so we're gonna have to fight. Actually, no, we don't need to fight the Scorpion. We can actually just move on and fight the final battle, which will give us enough experience. If we had more than 4,200 XP needed, but less than like 6,000, then we would have need to fight a Scorpion. Instead, though, we're going to skip that and just move forward, because there will be one more battle before the next boss battle, and this one will push us to 33. And there we will get Liberate. Yes, this is the part of the run where we lose the random hit, and we can finally target people as we see fit. I was trying to get them all like grouped up, but they're like spread out. Eh, counts. Stay there, stay there, stay there. Haha. Ah, wasn't enough. Right. This should be enough. And level 33. Made it. Alright, we're going to use whatever point we have left. Do this. We are going to go ahead and heal up. Alright. About to have ourselves a nice long series of cutscenes. About 10 minutes worth, y'all. Got a lot of cutscenes coming up here. So let's just sit back and relax. We'll collaborate and listen. As one pregnant person. Just naturally hanging out here. Oh, so Eve decides to take all that slime So Eve decides to take all that slime and create a giant slime monster out of it. And decides to carry her off. Dragon Quest intensifies. Wrong kind of slime. something. Yeah, something mitochondria. So she makes a giant slime monster. The monster decides, basically it protects her, covers her up, and carries her away. And yes, we are still in day 5 of the 6 days. Yeah, y'all, they cruising. Warp speed indeed. Actually, no, they're not going warp speed, y'all. They're going ludicrous speed. Lone Star. You guys find anything? No, sir, we haven't found anything yet. What about you guys? Nothing yet, sir. What about you guys? Man, we ain't found. What have I done? My brains, they're going into my feet. May the Schwartz be with you. I wonder how many people watching this stream right now are like completely lost at what I'm saying. Slime ball indeed. So now we're at a point where the military, or I guess the Navy in this case, some form of military, let's say that. Some form of military are trying to take Eve out, but they're having no luck. Alright, y'all. I've lost the beeps, I've lost the sweeps, and I've lost the creeps. I've got 10 minutes of mashing here, so we may as well just buckle in for some nonsense quoting. The U.S. Air Force's elite anti-mitochondria force. Yes. I agree completely. I mean, it makes the most logical sense. I know, right? Such amateurs. Yeah, pretty much. I would say she's pretty much the anti-mitochondria force. I really need to wipe my glasses. I think I have a moment to do it. I guess so. Honestly, it's never really explained if she has training because what is it? She's a rookie cop, if I recall correctly, at the start of this, or like she's a newbie. So admittedly, I'm not really sure where her helicopter training's coming from. All right, who made that man a gunner? So basically what's going on here, they essentially decide that, well, Aya is the only one who can get close to Eve without, combusting into flames. Though rookie cops, not a flag cops. If we have a rookie cop in the audience, please feel free to answer. I know nothing about what their training entails. Man, I don't want to be the guy who has to clean that up. Choose an officer with 3 years for a PE one. Man, then my sources for notes have lied to me. Because my memory of a lot of the story is very hazy, so I was trying to like brush up on a few things beforehand just so I could try to talk to some points. And like whatever I found says that she's a rookie, so I don't know. Clearly my data is wrong. Alright, we'll go ahead and make ourselves a safety save here, because I have no idea what's going to happen with this battle. I mean, for the most part, the battles at the end of the game are pretty... For the most part, as long as you don't do something, like, overly stupid, they're pretty straightforward, and the risk of failing them is pretty low. I mean, maybe. I feel like I'd have to read, like, the actual novel to have that answer. I think the problem with speedrunning sometimes is you start speedrunning a game and so much time passes since you've actually done anything related to the lore that the memory of it gets like really hazy. You could tell me she was a florist and I'd probably believe you. Hello, Eve. Mother, I crave violence. Rookie florist. Those begonias ain't gonna plant themselves. Yeah, did you know all cops were florists at some point? That way, whenever they kill somebody, they can always be like, "You've been sprouted." Wait, no, there's a better one-liner in there. There's a better one-liner in there, I swear. Eat dirt. Alright, so we're gonna be fighting Eve here. Eve's got a bunch of different attacks and can grab me. If Eve grabs me, then a number of things can potentially happen when she grabs me. pant. Eesh. The damage output is strong with this one. Thankfully, the burst shots. Ooh, we're getting some weird RNG with the, Don't worry, Liberate's coming. That's phase 2. That's phase 2. Just gotta get through the nonsense that is this battle. Honestly, we're getting kind of lucky with the RNG when it comes to grabs, I'd say. As I get grabbed, by the way. So that's beautiful. We should be getting close-ish to phase 2. Should have been a little bit closer for this. Yeah, honestly, I've never had the RNG of this battle have her spam that one move. I've had her spam the grab move a lot more. All right, so we've got the first part down. So phase 2 should go pretty easily. We're gonna do 2 turns of gunshots, and on the third turn we're gonna do a gunshot, and y'all get to see liberate the dope. Liberate the doperate. Right, so 2 turns of gunshots. Assuming I don't die. Alright, this should be it. 1 shot, and y'all, it is time to liberate. Or not, because I got paralyzed. Okay, apparently. Ooh, this is definitely writ up. Okay. Whew. Okay, that got dicey. That almost went bad. So this should kill her. Hey, gold splitted that. Nice. Yeah, Liberate is basically what we use for the last couple boss battles to basically, take down these bosses. Because the bosses in the end have a lot of HP. Alright, y'all. We've saved the city. All is well. But wait. There's a 6th day. Don't worry, we've saved the city. Eve is dead. All is well. What else could possibly go wrong? Mum. 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 Mummy. Mummy. Mom. Mother. Mom. Mummy. Mom. Yeah, exactly. It was very brave of them to include an entire full day for a victory lap, because we've resolved all the problems. There are no more issues to worry about. Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? Absolutely nothing. Though I am going to make sure... So I'm going to go ahead and grab me some medicine 3s. You know, because this person's just kind of handing them out for free. And some medicine for us. Oh, and why not? We'll just grab some ammo too, just in case. Yeah, we don't need it. Because, you know, the game, you know, we're just pretty much at the end of the game. You know, now we're just going to go through all the exposition, get the, you know, finale to the story, make sure stuff is all good to go. Like, everything is fine. Yeah, that safety save was, like, completely unnecessary. Yeah, we're just making sure we're stocked up for New Game Plus at this point. So now that I think about it, I think we forgot about one thing. Wasn't Eve pregnant with the ultimate being? We probably should have took that into account. Oh, y'all, we forgot about the baby. We forgot about the demon hellspawn baby. The ultimate being. All right, so what we got here is big shock. All right, so what we got here is basically a 4-phase boss battle. Because let's be real here, how many boss battles are like really one form? There's like very few games where all you do is fight a single boss at the end and call it a day. I'm probably making that up, but I play a lot of RPGs where the joke, "This isn't even my final form," rings very much true. How is baby formed? Well, the baby was made by our antagonist, Eve, when she was injected with specially made sperm. And then she gave birth to it. Mana Beast and Secret of Mana. Nice callback to the pre-show run, which was Secret of Mana, or 3D. Doesn't have multiple forms. All right. I was not expecting somebody to prove me wrong in chat, but fair enough. Fair enough. I see how it is. What did I ever do to you, Esperath? What did I ever do to you? Alright, this first form is pretty straightforward. There is an attack it can do that I'm gonna pray it doesn't do. Where it basically puts me at like 1 HP. So this should... Yep, alright. Alright, phase 1 done. Phase 1 is very easy. We're good. But it does do an attack that is impossible to dodge that will drop your HP to 1, just as a heads up. Phase 2 should be pretty straightforward for the most part. We're going to attack it a couple times until it separates. That's not lucky RNG, but that's fine. So these battles are the only battles where we don't really use haste, because we need to have our parasitic energy be pretty much maxed out for what happens here. Because now I'm going to liberate to ideally take this phase out. Now the only problem though is the attacks that the liberate form does are random in the amount it does. So if it does sit on one form, if it basically knocks out one form so much and it doesn't touch the other one, I may have to do a couple turns of attacking the other form. But actually, no, we got lucky. Phase 2 is done. So now we're moving on to Phase 3. Phase 3 is arguably probably the most dangerous phase to deal with, just due to the nature of what it can do. Plus, in phase, because we basically have to wait out for our parasitic energy to max out, and just pray, you know, we don't get killed. This is like when I used to play Heroes Quest. When the gargoyle died, we would split the mini into pieces, and they would independently fight. That's true. Yeah, we basically go like... So it's about like 5 to 7 rounds of like gunshots. Run! Run! We want to kind of get underneath them. That's 2 rounds of bullets. Ideally, it only counts as a full round if both rounds hit. I don't know how I dodged that. 3 rounds of gunshots. I'm just trying to see what he wants to do. A lot of melee attacks. 4 rounds. That does half your HP. That's 5 rounds. Oh, no, sorry, that's 5 rounds. And we're gonna do 1 more round, and then we'll liberate the next round. Alright, well, either this kills or we'll have 1 more round. Does the Time Devourer and Chrono Cross have multiple forms? No, I guess it doesn't. I mean, you have to hit it with a bunch of different elements for the good ending, but I don't know if it... No, I wouldn't say it has multiple forms. Alright, so either this killed or I need 1 more turn. Depends on how many crits I got. I think it killed. I think we're good. Yep. Alright, that is Phase 3 down. So now we've just got Phase 4. As you can see, this thing keeps growing in size. Yes, the Frieza form is down. Arguably, I would say this final form is just as easy as the first form. Basically, what we do in the first turn is we're going to change the weapon we have equipped to the machine gun, because we can only do about 1 to 2 points of damage, but we need to do, I think it's like 20. So usually it takes like 1 turn. All right, so I did a lot of 1s, so this should be enough. There we go. So essentially we have to do about 20 points of damage to trigger this cutscene. Also, y'all, say this every time. This is the most badass cutscene in the game, and you are about to find out why, my friends. If you have never seen this cutscene, you are in for a treat. Daniel's like, I don't care. I need to get her these bullets. I don't care if I'm gonna burst in flames. I'm gonna jump out of this helicopter anyway. And we're gonna automatically equip the gun. This is gonna do 999 damage per hit. We basically do this. We basically hit it 8 times, so it's 4 turns. So that's 2. 3, and this should be the end of this enemy here. And that is the end of the ultimate being. Daniel is the GOAT. Alright, so now you're probably thinking, hey, we just killed the final boss. Why is the run not over? Well, that's because it's not. There's one final moment to this speed run. And that's the escape. And I don't know about y'all, but this is so tenseful, because if this thing catches up to you, you die instantly and have to redo all those boss battles. This part is so scary. It nerve wracks me the whole time. So whoever is keeping track of time, you are going to want to get ready, because there's not a lot of room for waiting. So whoever's on time, just get prepared. Oh no, oh no, 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 no. No, 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 no. No! I went the wrong way. Ah, crap. Crap. I died. So I died. That's not good. I went backwards, so you can't go back a screen, because if you go back a screen, that happens. You basically die. I can't believe I did that. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Alright, I've got to redo the boss battle. It's gonna be close. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. We might be really close to time. Like, in terms of my estimate. So, that's on me. I'm really sorry, y'all. The positioning is just rough. No, that was not intentional. I blanked on where I was supposed to go. I think we can still reach it, but it's gonna be close. So I do apologize, everyone. You think that feels bad to watch? There's somebody who runs this game, and there's a streamer by the name of Enkarin who runs this game, and he got to the end. He was basically done with the run, and somehow he still died he died on like the final frame that he shouldn't have died on, somehow, for reasons we don't really quite know. Alright, so I was like I apparently held the wrong button, so I went back a screen, which was disheartening. It was open the door, go up to the left, go up to the right. I went down, it was up to the right, then down the stairs. Blech. Oh, that's just embarrassing. Mash faster! Oh no. I've never gotten that attack. He actually got me with that attack for once. Wins the lunar speedrun. I've never even beat that game casually. Unless you're not referring to me and you're referring to somebody else when you say that. I know, right? Baby's just like, eh. don't know. Can y'all hear me? Oh, we back? You hear? Okay, we back. We back in, y'all. One round. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. Three, 4, and damage is low. 5, 6. Alright. Just need to survive the next turn. Okay, just need to take out the final phase one more time and not mess up the escape. Definitely going Legends of Dragoon. Health is a little bit lower than I would have liked. Good. Cool boogie. Gust of wind dance. Cool boogie. Alright, so we get to watch the dope Daniel cutscene again. Batman, are you triggered because I said cool boogie? You're triggered because of that, aren't you? Anybody who played Legend of Dragoon, hearing the phrase cool boogie would trigger them, let's be real. Oh, Gust of Wind Dance, that too. Yeah, Gust of Wind Dance. And cool boogie. The stream PC's not doing well. Uh-oh. That is... Legend of Dragoon. When the speed runs out like 12 hours. Seems like due for a reboot. I mean, that'd be cool. I don't know if someone's gonna do it, but it would be cool. Time to call Batman. What makes you so different from us? Oh. Alright, y'all. Let's see if we can pull the escape off properly this time. Do you bleed? Yeah, there's a lot of mashing, isn't there? Okay. We run through the door. I swear I'm not going to mess this up this time. If I mess this up this time, I'm just going to go cry in a corner. Alright, we open the door. We're going to hold up and to the left. Then we're going to hold up. Take the door on the right. We're going to go down the stairs. Take the door on the left. And then we're going to go to the right. The phone's out of order. Okay, then we're going to go down to the control panel. Go down and open the door. All right, we are getting close to time. We're almost there. Almost there. Once I cross this path, it's going to be time. It's going to be time almost soon. And with that said, it is time. Oh my god, I just caught under 330. Holy crap. Yeah, I've died on that screen before. Or no, I've never died on that screen, but I have a buddy who did die on that screen. Oh my god, y'all. Woo. Yeah, just barely underestimate with the one death, the one game over. Of all the times I get a game over, I get the game over on the escape where you gotta fight this stupid boss afterwards. Like, oh my god. Yes, Daniel survives. For those of you who did not know this, Daniel survived. Nah, he might be wet. We just can't tell with graphics. Daniel's immortal. I believe in you, WoadyB. Daniel's the true hero of this game. Well, I thank y'all for joining me here. I do apologize for the death, of course. It did kind of almost put us over estimate as a result. So thankfully, I kept it under still. I was concerned there for what was going to happen. Thank you all for the GGs. Thank you all so much for the GGs. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Yeah, honestly, Prinny, I'm surprised you're still awake. Well, let's just say, Chris, there were a couple of awkward moments. I had to reset the game because I upgraded the wrong weapon. So I had to redo the centipede battle. Yes, thank you so much, Zell, for Zell and the folks who run really, really longathon, especially all the ones